everyone's back. Come in, come in, come. I have arranged seating for you. Just make yourselves comfortable. Right. You can just take that. That's fine. That's anywhere, just wherever you're comfortable. So how was the tour? Did you enjoy it? Yeah, Brad, thank you so much for showing everybody around. Yeah. So how do you like my new home? Yeah, it's brought to you courtesy of my last engagement ring. Isn't it beautiful? I really love it. Yeah. It only has 3 stories, but it's I like something smart and efficient, for me to rattle around in, at least for now, till we go for the next round. So, is everyone comfortable? Does everyone have their champagne? Everyone have their wine? And a beverage of your choice from the open bar. Wonderful, wonderful. Um, I'm sorry, I cannot remember. What did you say your name was? Phyllis? No. No, that's Brad. Can you make a note of this? No, your name's not Phyllis. Okay, Sparkly Friends do not have that name. I'm very sorry. It's nothing personal. I'm sure your parents are fine people, but no. I'm gonna say you look like, oh, maybe Amber. You are an Amber. You're definitely. Don't you think she's an Amber? Yeah. Yeah, you look like an Amber. You may want to do something about the hair though. Maybe get the ends trimmed a little bit. Definitely keep growing it. You know how it is with the longer hair. That's right. It makes Sparkly Friends extra special. Nothing against short hair, of course, but short hair sucks and you shouldn't do it. All right, today's class. Is everyone ready? It serves 2 purposes really. We're going to learn how to receive gifts. Now, I know that may sound a little strange. You might say to yourself, but Charity, there's nothing easier than receiving a gift. That's actually not true. It depends on the circumstances. See, when you deal with our special friends, our elderly, moneyed friends, sometimes they can get a little quirky, a little strange with their gifts, especially if you're in a new relationship, and you're just getting to know each other. Sometimes they'll test you, won't they, Brad? Brad's embarking on an exciting new adventure. How's that going? His name is Thad, right? So it's Brad and Thad. That is, I love it. It's meant to be. I love that. So has he given you your gift yet for Christmas? He hasn't. So what do we think about that, everybody? Okay, it's really close to Christmas, right? And he hasn't gotten his gift yet. What do you think that might mean? So, I see worried looks on all your faces like you're not sure you know the right answer. But here's what I want you to learn from this. You too, Brad. Don't roll your eyes at me. What you should learn from that is that you shouldn't worry too much, because worrying too much will put lines all over your face, and they cost a lot to get rid of. And then, if you go to the wrong doctor, you just look surprised all the time. Yeah, you don't want that. But you also shouldn't worry, because it's probably a good thing. If they wait, listen to me, if they wait until Christmas Day to give you your gift, that may mean it's something really great. That may mean that you end up with a present that gets the big bow. Does anyone know about the big bow? No? I recognize a few of you from some of my other classes, but I'm thinking a lot of you are new. Brad, how many of these are new? Raise your hand if you're new here. Oh, my word. Oh, my goodness. Well, let me discuss the importance of the big bow then. Brad, what do you get with the big bow? A big gift, obviously. See, sometimes the correct answer is one it's whatever comes to mind first. I think there was a razor named after it. It's usually the simplest answer tends to be the correct one. Is it a Gillette razor? I don't, never mind. Big presents go under big bows. Okay, so it could be a car. It could be, oh my goodness, it could be anything. It could be a horse. I mean, you never know, and that's part of that's what you have to learn. is how to receive gifts, no matter what they are. Yeah, because sometimes it could be totally unexpected. I had a sparkly friend once who got a bowling alley for Christmas. Can you believe that? It was insane. It was crazy. Like, who gets a bowling alley for Christmas? But she handled it very well. She didn't say, "Are you kidding me?" She was very gracious. So, of course, you have to be ready for anything. But by that, I mean you may receive something very small. So, for those of you who have already received gifts, well, first of all, maybe I should ask this. How many of you already have a special friend? An elderly, moneyed special friend? Not many. Not many. Okay, you. Yeah, Samantha, have you received your gift yet? You did, but you can't open it. Okay. All right. Well, it's a good thing you came to this class, because now you're going to know how to open it no matter what it is. I have some sample gifts here, and we're going to look at these and see how we should respond. But first, Brad has told me that he has a gift for me. I don't know. See, now here's maybe this is this part of the class, or no, you just got it today? You did what? He got me a stocking, and it has my name on it 3 times. Well, thank you, Brad. Can I see? Let me see. Really, Brad? Really? You think this is funny, don't you? You think this is... Do y'all think this is funny? Okay, here's a perfect example of where you would have to show your grace and your ability to handle a difficult situation. Say your special friend gave you this stocking and said that to you. Now, what would you do? You would throw it at him, okay? Burn his house down. We may need to have a talk after class. You would laugh, but secretly hate him. Okay, well, those are all honest answers. I've never had a special friend give me anything like this. Just Brad. Which Brad's still mad at me over the whole blowout session thing. Keep your stocking. You have to consider how you feel about it, because your feelings do matter. Okay? You need to try to figure out if he's just being funny or if he's genuinely trying to be mean to you. Now, we will not tolerate anyone being mean to us, at least no longer than we have to, before they start signing things. Yeah. Okay. If you feel the need to leave, you can leave. Of course, you can always come back to me, and for an extra fee, we'll go out and see if we can find a new special friend. Okay? Wonderful. Let me ask this about opening gifts. How do you open gifts? Like if it's a wrapped package, you should do it very daintily. So you hold the package, you hold the present, and of course you have your long nails. How is everyone doing on their nail growth? Looking good? Oh, you need some help. You need some acrylics or something. That's sad. I'm working on the second coat of silver on mine. Those are nice. They look very good. They're getting a nice curve to them. Yeah. See, once you reach my status, you can grow them that way and nothing's going to mess them up. Because it's not like you're going to be doing anything. That's your goal right here. You take the package, and of course, this is where the long nails come in handy. You hook the nail under the tape, and you delicately lift it up. And you lift it up, and you use your other hand to kind of pull the bottom open. Then you run your nail along under the seam of the paper, breaking the bond of the tape on the paper. You want to do this as delicately as possible. Don't just rip into it like a savage. I mean, he wants to see how graceful and delicate you are, because that matters. It's like poetry. It's like poetry. And the whole time in your mind, you need to be practicing your face. You practice the face that you need to make because you don't know what's in there. Okay, it's kind of like let's make a deal. There could be a bar of gold in there, or it could be a whole herd of donkeys. You don't know. So you have to have your face ready for anything. You have a smile. Just, oh, look. Yes, I love it. And then if it has special significance to your special friend, you definitely want to talk about that. You want to make sure you acknowledge that, because then they start to feel a connection with you, and that may get you even better gifts. That's what really matters. Other than the friendship. I mean, of course, the friendship comes first. Yeah, totally. So I have some gifts here. These are some things that have been given to me over the years. Some are good. Some are not so good. We're going to take a look at them and see how you would react. Okay? Now imagine that you are me. I know, stretch your imagination, but imagine you're me. And you open your gift and say you get this Prada purse. Okay, it's very pretty, isn't it? Oh, you would like to have one? I'm sure you would. Yes, but you can't afford it right now. But it's certainly good to have goals, and that's why we're all here. Yeah, speaking of which, has everyone paid? Brad, did everyone pay? Everyone has paid. Wonderful. Okay. I have to make sure, take care of the little administrative stuff first. So you open your gift, and you have a Prada purse. Very pretty, huh? But don't be deceived. I'm going to show you some. You, come here. Do you see anything about this purse that looks a little off to you? Something that looks a little weird? Well, sparkly friends have to have a trained eye for these things. You will see that the thread around the Prada label is frayed. You know what that means. This bag here is a knockoff. This is not a real purse. Oh, I mean, it's a purse, literally, but this is not Prada. Okay, this is from an ex-special friend of mine who became an ex because of this. And don't be afraid to call your special friend out. If they buy you a knockoff purse like this, you call them out. And I send him and his little dog away. I had tolerated that smelly little dog for 6 months to get a knockoff purse. So he got in his Lamborghini and he drove off, and I'm starting to wonder if it was even real. I don't know if it's possible to have a knockoff car. Brad, is that a thing? Knockoff cars, or no? I guess it would be kind of easy to spot those. Okay. But then, say you get this bag. This is a Chanel bag, you see. Very nice quilted leather bag. Very soft handles. Very luxurious. Now, a present like this would be very easy to open and show genuine excitement, wouldn't it? Yes, it would. And it was. It was no problem. Yes. What was that? I'm trying to remember. Was that my fourth husband? Was it the one who got run over by the tractor? Brad? Oh, I know. I have a flow chart to keep up with him. I can't remember right now, but he met his untimely demise not long after giving me this beautiful purse. But I put forth an amazing performance when I opened this purse. I even cried a little bit, and it wasn't that hard. Like it wasn't that hard to squeeze some tears out. So that's easy. The Chanel is easy. The fake Prada is hard because then you have a choice to make. And you also have to think about something. If your special friend is buying you knockoff bags, are they really that special? Like, are they really moneyed? Or are they having money problems? These are things that can come between two people in a friendship. It's just the fact of life that you may have to decide it's time to move on and find a new friend. The other purpose of this class, of course, as we all know, we are going to the winter ball tonight at the Winsome Willows. Yes, we're going in the limo. Brad, are you driving or do we have somebody? We have a driver. Yes, we're taking the limo, and we're going to the special retirement home. That's right. It's what now? Yes, it is where old money goes to die. They're having a party. They're having a little winter ball, like a little Christmas festival tonight. We are all invited. They're all looking forward to meeting us. So I got extra sparkly. I want you to know that sparkle matters. Now, all of you have your changes of clothes upstairs. It's already been taken up there for you. Now, I want to see everyone coming down those stairs just as sparkly and shiny as you can be. I want us to look like a parade of fishing lures. Because you have to remember, your special friend may not have the best eyesight in the world. He's like an old dog. You really have to go out of your way to get his attention because he sleeps a lot. He doesn't have a lot of energy. He doesn't really have the desire to do much. So, they call it a dance, but it's really going to be the kind of thing where we just take wheelchairs and kind of just wheel them around. But there will be a disco ball, I hear. Did you hear about that? They have this big disco ball that they put out for these parties. It's very exciting. I always look good in disco ball lights. I always do. Strobe lights even better. So you want to be extra flashy, extra splashy for the party tonight. Because right now, I'll be honest, you guys don't look very splashy or flashy. You're a little drab. Yep. Well, fortunately for you, everyone here is entitled to a 10% discount on my Dress for Success class. And you're not really dressed for success right now, to be honest. I expect sparkle at all times because that matters. You have to be consistent in your sparkly friend persona. You can't just sparkle a half hour a week. You have to sparkle all the hours of the week, however many there are. I don't actually know. But you have to sparkle all the hours because you never know when your special friend may be out there watching you. He could be in a car in traffic, and his driver may be sitting at the stoplight, and he may look over at you Grey Poupon style and see the love of his life sitting there in that little Honda Civic or whatever you drive. You need to sparkle at all times because there are always opportunities to meet your new special friend. I'm hoping to meet my new special friend tonight. Is Thad coming? He's not? What are you going to do all night, Brad? No, you cannot hang out with me. I don't need a wingman. Okay, if you're hanging out with me, they might think we're together. And absolutely, that's right, Amber. You don't want a wingman. You do not need a man around because that confuses things. And our special friends might not know the nature of the relationship. So all the men have to go. Okay, you can linger in the back. No, you don't get to shop tonight, Brad. You have someone, remember? Okay. Yeah, that's fine. You can certainly come if you want to. Let me show you this. Now, I may be bragging a little bit. Not that I would ever do that, but I may be bragging. This was a special gift to me from Huntington. Oh, dear Huntington. My almost husband, he almost made it to the altar. Several of them haven't made it. He was one of the ones. There was the other one who fell in the vat of molasses at the factory. That was very unfortunate. I really liked him. He had the best laugh. I guess he wasn't laughing when he fell in the molasses, though. I kind of hate I missed it because I bet that was bizarre and sad at the same time. See that? But this is from Huntington. I know you've heard me talk about Huntington. He was great. He was a true gentleman. He always said thank you when I pushed him around in his wheelchair. He gave me this for my birthday. Theoretical birthday. Of course, you know we don't actually ever have birthdays. No, we don't. We don't age. It is not. Oops, my hat. I wore this for a reason. You know what this is? Do you know what this is? It is hideously tacky. You are very right. I wore this to give you an idea of what you can expect as a sparkly friend. One of the things you can expect. Something about our special friends that I have noticed, Brad, is we've commented on this, we've talked about it. They have this thing about they like to put things on us, like hats. They think it's cute for us to wear little hats. Now this is a headband and it is very tacky, but I'm definitely wearing it tonight along with this. You have to be ready to wear anything, whether it's a silly hat or, I don't know, a fur coat or a baseball cap or a saddle. You have to be ready for anything as a sparkly friend. Now this, as I was saying, this is from Huntington. This is real. This is a real mink, but let me explain. These minks were good friends of mine, and they were so willing for me to have something nice to wear that they dyed on purpose so I could have this. And they were naturally pink because they had been to so many of my classes. Yeah, isn't it beautiful? It's incredibly soft. I love it so much. This I am wearing it tonight because it's going to be chilly. That way it keeps me a little bit warm. It keeps the shoulders and arms bare. Our special friends kind of like the bare shoulders. You know, they like to see your arms, even if it's like 30 degrees below zero outside. They don't care. They want to see that. So, to open a gift like this, of course, is a treat. It is a real treat. And of course, it is lined on the back with black silk lining. Beautiful. But see, those are easy gifts. Those are easy. What about one that's not so easy? Okay, let's say your special friend brings you this big, giant box. Okay, and you, of course, you delicately pull the paper off, very dainty-like. You just take your fingers, hook it under the tape or the glue or whatever it is to separate the layers of paper. You open it up, and here's what you have. Okay, this was given to me by an especially quirky special friend of mine, I guess. I would say he's quirky. It sounds a lot nicer than weird. When they're wealthy, it's eccentric or quirky. If they are not money, they're just weirdos. But he gave me this little thing, and it's balls with glitter, which is very sparkly. I do like that. I do like that aspect of it. But then you have these little fat ball-shaped penguins with headgear. Again, with the headwear, you have a Santa hat, whatever the heck that is, and little earmuffs. And they're holding candy canes and lollipops and whatever that is, like a Christmas cracker, I guess. So, what do you do when you open this? I mean, what do you say? Tacky? No. See, that's one word you need to take out of your vocabulary right now. No. Your special friend, nothing about him is tacky. Not his clothes or his lifestyle or his hobbies or his home. Look, you can change all that after the wedding. There's no need to point it out now. See, because if you point it out now, you might hurt his feelings and alienate him a little bit. And that's the last thing we want to do. Okay, after the I do's, you can start remaking and reshaping all that. You can do away with the tackiness afterwards. I'm not saying the tackiness doesn't exist. I'm saying we don't want to highlight it. We don't want to call attention to it. So my quirky, eccentric friend gave me this. So I took it out of the box. Now, one thing you can do with the gift that you don't like or you think is just hideous, which, I mean, let's be honest, this is, what is this? I don't know. So I took it out of the box and I said, oh, eccentric friend, this is so beautiful. Now when I say it's beautiful, so you have to have more to say than just that. It's very colorful. Look, you have the blues and the pinks and green on these little balls here. And then it's adorable too because you have these adorable, cute little penguins with their little hats. I love this. I cannot wait to take it home and put it on my table as part of my centerpiece. Oh, this reminds me of my childhood Christmases when we would go to Grandma's house. See if you could tie it back to something else in your life. Like this has brought back fond memories or it's made you think of something. They love that. They love the sentimentality. Oh, they eat it up. They eat it up like tapioca. So do that. If you can link it to something like that, say it reminds you of your grandma's house and the way she would make apple pies. I mean, even if your grandma was just like an Amway distributor and you never saw her, you don't need to bring that up. We can just talk about her like she just stayed in the kitchen baking pies all the time, and the pot holder set that he just gave you reminds you of that. They love that stuff. And their eyes will just light up, even if they usually have that film over them. They just light up when they hear that. So for this atrocity here, that's what I did. I said it reminded me of my childhood Christmases back home. And if you could shed a little tear or just at least wipe, like there's, just that's good too, because that's a nice touch. That's very nice. Not necessary, but it's a nice touch. So is anyone taking notes about this? Is this helpful? Okay. Oh, look at this gift. Right, this was an interesting one here. Now, what about that? They're not real. No, these are fake flowers, which normally I would never touch. I don't do fake flowers, okay? But you see how they have this dark blue tulle here and silver glitter around the stems here where it's like a handle. It's like you hold it there. Interesting combination of colors. You have the silver, the orange, and the dark blue. And then down here also is silver tulle. So I opened this up, and this was from a former spouse, rest his soul, I think. Yeah, he died. Yeah, he definitely died. Yeah, he did. I opened this up, and this was all that was in here. There wasn't even any special tissue paper or anything over it. It was just this thing. And I took it out, and if you're not sure how to react, a stunned silence of awe is always a good filler. Brad's very good. Can you show them your stunned silence and awe? Like the awe, yeah. Look at that. Look at him. That's good. That's very good. I like it. He's better at it than I am. But here's what I did. So you pull it out, hold it away from yourself a little bit, because you know how they're always looking at things like this. Do this. So it's kind of like you're mirroring their behavior. Look at it. Turn it. Touch it if you want to. Say, and then you just fall back on the typical, this is beautiful. I love this. And again, you can talk about the colors. I love the interesting combination of colors in this bouquet. It's so interesting. I would have never thought to put orange and dark blue and silver together, but it's beautiful. I love it. Thank you so much. I'm going to put this in a vase. I have the perfect vase for it. If they give you flowers, always tell them you have the perfect vase, which means you have to have the perfect vase, because they may come by your house and they may want to see it. So that's on your homework list. You need to go acquire a bunch of vases of different sizes. Make sure they're nice. You have to go to a thrift store to get them. I guess it's okay. Just don't tell anybody, okay? And make sure you take the stickers off. It's very, very unwise. We don't want to reek of thrift. You know, they may not like that. They may think you're desperate and, man hungry, and that's never a good look to have. So I never did actually find out why he gave me this. I don't know if at first I was afraid he was hinting at marriage, like it was like some sort of bouquet for a wedding or something, but I didn't want to say anything about it. Now, you don't want to assume anything. You don't want to assume they're hinting at marriage. No, you have to wait until they get down on one knee or have their, living in home living assistant with them, help them get on one knee if they can, if they have a good knee to get on. They may just have to kind of bend over in their wheelchair, but you wait until you get that ring on your finger before you assume anything about a wedding, okay? Because I've learned that the hard way. Don't ever assume they plan to walk down the aisle or stumble down the aisle or whatever they do, okay? So I just held it out with silent awe, just see, like that. That's what you do. And then you save your real reaction for when they take their nap. And then, see, that's when you pick it up and go, what? Or you call your friend, you will not believe what he gave me. I got a bunch of fake flowers. Save that for when he's napping, which he will probably do frequently. Yeah, don't they? Oh, poor Huntington. I know. Yeah, that man napped 23 and a half hours a day. He was like one of those, what is it? Is it a lion that does that? It's like maybe he was a lion in a former life. I don't know. Okay, say you open your present and you get this. What does anybody think about this? Is this a good hat? Is this a good hat? Do you think it's a good hat now? It does kind of suit my personality, you're right. I'm not much of a baseball cap kind of person, but if your special friend gives you a hat, you wear that hat. I don't care how ridiculous it looks. You wear the hat, okay? And you wear it out in public. You insist, as a matter of fact, this can be a good segue, can it? That's how you got to go to that Knicks game. You insist that I want to wear this out. We have to go, and then just think of a place you want to go. That would be the perfect place to wear this hat. We have to go. See? And you might get a good meal out of it. You might get a whole vacation out of it. Like, I could look at this hat and say, you know what? That would be the perfect hat to wear on a cruise. We need to take a 3-week cruise up to Alaska. It works because I did it. I had a hat like this and I got to wear it on a cruise to Alaska. It was fabulous. Yeah, it's very easy. Anybody can do it. You just have to be ready for any opportunity. And that, you know how the Scouts have their saying, be prepared? Do they say that? Somebody says that. Or is it duct tape? That sounds like a duct tape slogan, but you have to be ready for anything. You have to be ready to go with whatever comes up, because you never know what it might be. In fact, tonight at the party, at the winter ball, at the Winsome Willows, one of you might meet someone and they may be itching to break out of there and go somewhere really soon. Like maybe over Christmas they may want to take a trip to Europe or something. You have to be ready to go. And that's another reason I want to make sure you have a good wardrobe ready. Okay, because you never know when you're going to need it. And of course, you're all going to need passports if you don't have them. You don't have one? Well, then what do you think you need to do, Amber? You need to get one. Okay, awesome. Okay. How about this gift? It came in a Tiffany box, by the way. So I was really expecting something spectacular. That's where I messed up. It was kind of a rookie mistake. I was a newer sparkly friend. I opened the box. Here's what it was. It was a springy clock. It wasn't even from Tiffany. And it was kind of blue in the face. He was too, come to think of it. That's an interesting coincidence. No, this did not come from Tiffany. It even still had the sticker on it. And I left it. Goodwill. This little clock came from Goodwill. Now, where he got the Tiffany box, I don't know. It was a cruel trick. But here's the thing now. You don't want to fly off the handle. And here's what I want you to learn. This is the most important thing about eccentric gifts from your special friend. Sometimes they're testing you. Especially if it's your first Christmas together and there has not been a gift-giving occasion in your relationship before that point. They will test you to see what you do. Because if you open this and you have a complete meltdown, like you have a fit over this ridiculous, stupid, springy present, that could tell them that you are not a good sparkly friend, because sparkly friends don't throw fits. At least not till after the wedding. We don't throw fits before then. Now, do we? Do we, Brad? No, we don't. No. I opened this, and I saw the sticker before I even saw what the item was. I saw that. And inside, I was angry, but I was also thinking, I think he's testing me. So I laughed. I decided the appropriate response was just a little bit of lighthearted laughter. Just oh my goodness. This is a good move right here. They like that. It's like old-fashioned something. Oh my goodness. I love it. Always say you love it, even if it sucks. This is the cutest little clock I have ever seen. Look at that pretty little oval face. And it has glitter. You know how I love my glitter. This is so cool. This reminds me of a clock I had when I was in high school. See, again, kind of linking it back to the past. You get a little reminiscent, you know, a little bit sentimental. And you can wander down memory lane. If you have to make it up, it doesn't matter, because they're not going to know the difference. And you can tell them how much this reminds you of high school or whatever. And if it was a test, I promise you, if that is how you react, you will do very well. All right, so don't ever get upset. I don't care if they give you a box of saltine crackers. Don't get upset. Okay? And here's another one. It's a very pretty box, isn't it? Now this one I received with only a bow on top. Sometimes they won't wrap things. They either didn't think to get it wrapped, or they just didn't want to wrap it. Maybe they bought it for you and they were so excited to give it to you, they didn't want to wait to wrap it. They wanted to just give it to you right away. And that was the case. Oh, he was the sweetest special friend. This is Ashley Princess. Very beautiful box. It just had a little bow on top. I lost the bow. But look at my beautiful watch. Isn't that gorgeous? I know it's still in the box. I haven't actually worn it. They probably, one of the good things is they might not even remember what they gave you. Some of them will, but a lot of them won't remember. So if you don't ever wear it, it may not matter, but you need to keep it just in case they ever ask about it. It may come back to mind later. So this was a very easy present to open because it is very beautiful. Gorgeous, gorgeous watch. Very pretty. It's encrusted in diamonds, as you can see. I don't really like the word encrusted because it sounds kind of crude, but you can see also that the band is covered in diamonds. Just covered. That's the way I like them. Of course, we all know. Only real diamonds, the best diamonds, show a fingerprint. You have to be able to see a whole fingerprint for it to be a real diamond. Ring placement. While I'm talking about diamonds, let me discuss ring placement. Now, ring placement is going to be very important tonight. You will notice that I am wearing diamond rings. I want them to know that I have class and that, of course, I am very sparkly. I have extra sparkle. I have lots of sparkle. I have sparkle to spare, and that's the way I want us all to look. Except for Brad, who's going to stay out of the way. I will help you shop tomorrow. We're going shopping. We're getting him a new suit. Yeah, I know. But tonight you have to stay out of the way because I don't want you to interfere. I don't want anyone to think that we're with you. No offense, because we all love you, but you have to stay in the back. Okay, look at the placement of my rings. Does anyone notice anything about it? Well, okay, on my right hand, I have my biggest, flashiest pieces here. On my left hand, I just have this little tiny diamond, okay? The all-important finger is very bare, and I make sure that this hand looks as bare as I can tolerate it. I can't have it completely bare. It's just unacceptable. So I did put on my cocktail diamond ring here, but This whole side here is just as barren as it can be. It's like the dust bowl over here. It is crying out for more sparkle. So I'm hoping that tonight I will get to wheel around a few potential new special friends. Maybe, dance a little bit, talk a little bit, and do this a lot. Just while I'm talking, see, while you're talking, you take your left hand and you just kind of do this. Touch them lightly on the arm and look at their arm and get them to kind of look when you touch them like that. And while they're talking, look at their hands a lot. And they will mirror that and they'll start looking at your hands. You want to do that nonverbal communication and let them know that you are not with anyone. Very important. Now, look at this present. This present was given to me in an envelope, like a paper envelope, by a very, very special friend. Like, he was 7 digits special, okay? This is what I got. This is all that was in there. It says it's just a paper. It's a paper. And on the back it says $2.99. And on the front it says fashion choker. But all that's on there are 2 fake diamond earrings. They're glass. They are not even real. But this was a test. This was a test. This was a very obvious test. So if you get something like this, obviously a test. And that's why we don't have fits. I opened this up. And again, you can, what you do, kind of hold it out and move it like you're looking at it at different angles. Touch it lightly. Just kind of go, wow, that's beautiful. I love these. And you want it to sound real, so you might want to practice your sincerity at home, in your own time. We don't really have time to go into it today because pretty soon we're going to have to start getting dressed for the thing tonight. But yeah, the real present was parked in the driveway. This was a test, and he had his butler out there ready to drive the car away if I proved unworthy of that Maserati. So you never know. It's kind of like let's make a deal. You may think that you've really bottomed out and you've crapped out, but you've hit the jackpot. You just don't know it yet. So you have to hang in there and show them that you are worthy. And one day, if you're lucky, if you're really lucky, and if you come to my classes and you learn enough from me about being a sparkly friend, maybe you can get this. Look at this ring. That's like the ultimate, isn't it? You want a ring, you want a diamond that is so big that you could signal ships with it, or even wear it as a bracelet. Now that is when you know you have arrived. I certainly will not be wearing this tonight because, I want to sparkle, but I don't want to sparkle to the point that I blind anyone. Plus, I think there's a limit to the sparkle, at least initially. If you sparkle too much, they may think that they are not worthy of you, and we certainly don't want any of our special friends to think that. We want to make sure that we are very approachable, very nice. I want everyone's good smile. I have someone, no, sweetie, no, don't smile like that. That's your real smile. Maybe we need to work on that. I have someone coming to do all of your makeup because you have not. I can tell that no one in here has attended my makeup classes. No. We are going to have someone do all of your makeup before the party tonight. That's a special gift. That's just for me. No extra charge. How about this? Here's another little present I got. Shot glasses from Paris. And this was very, very easy for me, like that. I said, oh my goodness. Now you can make up a complete lie if you need to. And then I told them how I spent 2 semesters in college studying in Paris, and you know, and again, their short-term memory is usually not great, so they probably won't remember. And they may not ever ask you to speak French. He never did, not before the coronary. So I was lucky there. I was really kind of pressing it a little bit. I probably shouldn't have said I spent 2 semesters studying in Paris since I can't speak any French. But again, it's just a little sentimental tie-in to the present. And I didn't point out to him that I could see on here that someone had had a drink out of this shot glass. It has lipstick or something on it. I didn't see the need to point it out. And it actually wasn't a test. He just thought it was something I would like. And that's another thing. A lot of our special friends are very sweet. They really are. And it makes being their sparkly friend much easier because he was very sweet. You know, he just saw them and thought I would like to have them. It's a very nice little present that I got. My 2 little shot glasses there. So that's just a little bit of information on the right way to receive gifts like this. Does anyone have any questions? Yeah, what's your name? Okay, what's your question? Gift cards? What? I don't understand. I guess you could probably get gift cards. Honestly, though, I find that our special friends don't really give gift cards. I don't know why. They don't. They really don't. You had one? Huntington Treadwell III gave you a gift card to where? Outback. That's weird. No, normally mine, I don't think I've ever heard of one doing that. I wouldn't worry about the gift card thing so much. But if they do, here's how I would handle it. Okay, if I got a gift card to anywhere, it doesn't matter. Even if they give you a gift card to somewhere like McDonald's, I don't care. Here's what you do. You open the thing and you say, "Oh my goodness, McDonald's. I haven't thought about McDonald's in ages." Even if you just ate there that morning, you don't tell them that. "I haven't thought about McDonald's in ages. You know what we should do? We should take this gift card and go get some ice cream at McDonald's. Only the ice cream machine's always broken. But let's go there and get some of their yummy French fries, you know, and see if he's up for that. And then you can have a quirky little date at McDonald's, and that'll give him something to think back on, you know, when he's going through the divorce. And maybe he won't hate you quite as much and give you an extra $1 million or something. I mean, you never know when things like that might pay off. So, but anyway, Andre is coming to do everyone's makeup. I'm going to need to look over everyone's wardrobe choices. And if it doesn't work, we're going to have to go back into my wardrobe and find something else. Okay? All right, great. Thank you all so much for coming. Let's go upstairs to the different makeup stations and get ready to get spackled. Okay? It's going to be a great night. Thank you so much.